talk about Barcelona, many people think of the great artist and architect, Antoni Gaudi. When they mention Gaudi, then they'll think of one of his most famous masterpieces, Casa Batlló. Because of this building's unique look, it has become one of the most loved national landmarks in Spain. Hi, I'm Chong Fan, and today I'm at the street of Passeig de Gràcia. Passeig de Gràcia is the second most famous street in Barcelona, after Las Ramblas. It has a virtually unique fact in the world. There are two houses on the street adopted by UNESCO as World Heritage, which are Casa Mila and Casa Batlló, which are made by the same architect, Antoni Gaudi. Today, let's visit one of the two houses, Casa Batlló. Casa Batlló was first made by one of Antoni Gaudi's architecture professors, Emilio Sala Cortés, in 1877. In 1903, the wealthy Batlló family bought Casa Batlló. Casa Batlló today is totally different from what it looked like before Gaudi had added it. In 1904, Mr. Batlló requested Antoni Gaudi to design the whole building again so that no one could copy its unique form. At first, Mr. Batlló wanted the whole house to be rebuilt, but Antoni Gaudi convinced him that rebuilding the whole building wasn't necessary and refurbishment would be enough. This project was completed in 1906. From the outside of the facade of Casa Batlló, it looks like it has been made from skulls and bones. The skulls are in fact balconies, and the bones are supporting pillars. Because of this design, it is nicknamed the House of Bone. Many people believe that Gaudi's design for Casa Batlló was inspired by the story St. George and the Dragon. A princess was being held captive by an evil dragon, but St. George, the patron saint of Catalonia, rescued the princess by killing the dragon with a sword. If you look at the balcony, it looks like a flower. In the story St. George and the Dragon, the princess that was held captive by the dragon often goes on the balcony to think of her home. The tiles on the roof look very colorful in the sunlight. They look like dragon scales, which makes the whole rooftop look like a dragon's back. On the rooftop is a cross, which resembles a sword that was stabbed into the dragon's back. Did you notice that Casa Batlló looks like it doesn't have any straight lines in the design? Gaudi has always disliked straight lines and angles. He said, in nature, nothing is straight. As you enter the entrance hall, you might feel like you've entered an underwater world instead. You can see skylights that resembles a turtle's back. The curved banister looks like a giant animal's spine. Along the stairs, you'll see Mr. Batlló's study, which has a mushroom-shaped fireplace. Going across the study, you'll arrive at the living room, a place where everyone likes to take pictures. It is next to the street of Passeig de Gràcia, where Gaudi designed a huge picture window that provides a full view of the street below. Gaudi pays a lot of attention to design the details too. For example, the window handle is made of clay and brass, and the shape of the handle matches with your hand. To prevent sun rays from getting into the room and making it too bright, there are rainbow windows, so when the sun rays come in, they are gentle and colorful. Another particularly noteworthy place to notice is the roof, with its wavy ceiling that reminds visitors of the ocean. Going through a hallway, you will find yourself entering the Batlló family's private dining room. You can see that under the window are wooden boards that open and close. This isn't just a simple decoration, it is used to pass air to each of the rooms in the house. When you walk into the dining room, there are curves everywhere. Mr. Batlló's wife didn't like the design. "If there are curves everywhere, how do we put the furniture?" she complained. To appease Mrs. Batlló, Antoni Gaudi designed the furniture so that the furniture perfectly fit the curves of the space. Besides the dining room is the rear courtyard. From here, you can see Gaudi's iconic decoration, Trincadis. Trincadis is a mosaic technique commonly associated with Antoni Gaudi. The term Trincadis comes from the Catalan word for chopped or broken, reflecting the way in which the technique uses broken pieces of ceramic, glass, or other materials to create a mosaic surface. The light well is a central feature in the building, and it serves to bring natural light into the interior spaces. Gaudi was known for his innovative use of light and space, and the light well in Casa Batlló is an excellent example of this.
Do you notice that the upper tiles are darker than the lower ones on the patio? And
The higher we go, the smaller the windows get?
it looks visually beautiful, but there's actually a practical functional reason behind it.
Gaudi extended the patio to ensure that natural light will reach all of the rooms in the house. He also decorated it with tiles of different blue tones. The dark blue tiles were on the top and light blue tiles were on the bottom, ensuring the uniform distribution of the light. Meanwhile, less light arrives to the bottom of the house, so the windows need to be larger. More light arrives at the top, and the windows there can be smaller. Because of these two creative ideas, the color graduations and the size of the windows, Gaudi was successful in equally distributing light through the different floors. On the railing is water-textured glass. Looking into the glass, everything looks like it's underwater.
Looking through this glass looks like as if you're deep under the sea diving, or if you're looking through crystal clear waters.
It is typical for Gaudi. He took his inspiration from nature when designing the house. The organic curves of the facade resemble waves, while the vibrant colors of the mosaic tiles are inspired by marine life. Casa Batlló's loft is also a very unique place in the house. This part of the building originally hosted service areas used by the Batlló family staff, including laundry rooms and storage spaces. It features a series of 60 catenary arches, which look like an animal's ribcage. Climbing up the stairs past the loft is the rooftop. The main focal point here are the 4 colorful mosaic chimney stacks, which look like soldiers wearing helmets. The helmets are there to prevent backdrops. Besides the chimney stacks, the rooftop of Casa Batlló is famous for its unique dragon back design.
Shaped like the dragon's back, Casa Batlló's roof is covered with large shiny scales.
A lot of people believe that Gaudi was inspired by the story St. George and the Dragon to design Casa Batlló like it is now. There are many stories and legends about St. George. The best known is about a terrible dragon that terrifies a small village. In order to appease the monster, the villagers must regularly offer him a human sacrifice, which is determined by law. One day, the lot falls on the king's daughter. St. George appears, confronts the dragon and defeats it, and thus saves the princess.
The 4-armed cross symbolizes the sword St. George thrust into the animal to kill it.
Because of the story St. George and the Dragon, everybody has different interpretations about the design of Casa Batlló. Besides people who believe the roof's design symbolizes a sword embedded in the dragon, other people believe that the bone-shaped columns commemorates its victims. So, Casa Batlló has been known as the House of Bones or the House of the Dragon. Gaudi never explained his artwork to anybody, so people guess with their imagination what inspired Gaudi to design Casa Batlló like it is now. The final surprise of the visit is the immersive installation that presents the first 6-sided lead cube, unique in the world. In the basement of Casa Batlló, a 10D experience will allow you to immerse yourself in Gaudi's mind at the time he created his masterpiece. Through technology, you too can feel what it's like to be a genius. People all have different reviews on Casa Batlló. People say that Mr. Batlló's wife was not happy with Casa Batlló. She said, "This place is not for humans at all. Forest animals should live here instead." But in the city, there was a rich family, Mr. Mila and his wife. After they toured Casa Batlló, they loved it and wanted one for their very own. They decided to ask Gaudi to design the house. This house was only 700 meters away from Casa Batlló, and it is the famous Casa Mila.
The most frequently asked question is, which Gaudi house is better, Casa Mila or Casa Batlló? The easiest answer is visit both if you can, as each one is a masterpiece in its own right.